Let's see this. We're just messing with the camera. Yeah. We're actually nailing the videos. Right in the face. So, this video is going to be about why health is your greatest wealth and the only thing that matters. Because if you're not in great health, you're sick. It's one or the other. Love, fear. There's nothing in between. I've never heard of nothing in between. Love and fear. There's not too many people. There very well is. I probably can't deny it. Some people that like to be in fear. And there definitely is healthy people that aren't. It's weird to say. It's hard to articulate, I guess. There is healthy people that are trying to trick you and some are unhappy because health to them may be unhappiness. It's kind of something hard to grasp, for sure. Also, there are some people who have health and they trickery. I'm not one for the Bible anything. But when they talk about sinning, I think that's what sinning is, when people distort the actual truth. Because your health is the only thing that matters. And if you live in a tribe, organization, a country, and they're not concerned about your health, which is they're obviously probably not. Let's be honest. They don't care about your health. They want you to be sick. They don't want you to see the other side, because there is an other side. They're bullshitting us on everything. Everything's bullshitted. Everything. And there's many aspects to that. But when people distort the truth or not give you lies, or give you lies, that's the worst. That's what I think sinning is. Corruption. When people don't want, when they have the knowledge that they don't want you to know, and they're not allowing you to access it. Sometimes I like to just get some sad footage, because I'm probably not going to edit these, nor do I really know how. But I might have someone throw like some music. Maybe my music. Anyways, the only thing that matters is your health. There's no sense of doing anything else if you're not healthy at that state of health. Health is basically spirituality. And no one's even telling you directly. I guess there's different ways to get there. There definitely is. And everyone has their own way and own journey. Actually, I gotta take the shoesy off, because just because. Wish I would have done that before, but I guess now I know. Anyways, your health is what matters most. There's no sense of going to work if you're not healthy. You can never know what you want in life because what you want is health. Once you get health, then everything will come in the play. It's like some people are unaware and they don't know. And truly, I guess some people don't want to know. Which is kind of funny. Wow, sorry. The bottom of my freaking shoes and then carrying pants. Oh, man. Okay. Anyways, there's no sense. I mean, you can do whatever you want if you're on your health. I'm just saying, like, there's no sense of thinking you want to travel the world. Life's about a feeling and experience, and if you aren't fully conscious all the time, it's because you're not healthy. They don't want you to, some people don't want you to know this. And back to the Bible, if we had to talk about it again. I mean, people write books, but the whole thing is, like, if anybody wants to tell you anything, they're gonna tell you directly. And they're gonna, if they really want you to know, they're gonna tell you directly. And they're gonna make it simple. Not complicated. Nothing's really complicated. And if it is, well, I don't know, your definition is complicated. I guess some people could like complication. But it's supposed to be simple. And it is when you're healthy. And that's why the whole thing, like, a big part of health is your food or whatever you're going to consume, because that is a big deal in your health. And health has aspects, different aspects to it, but to me, I'm basing it off of my own experience, so you can disagree and agree, and I'm just saying I'm trying to give you the most direct experience, and other people are going to have more experiences. And that might be your route. But I'm giving you the one that I think that needs to be, like, food is number one, because if you're eating food, well, you should know what you're eating and what it's going to do to your body, and be aware. That's why you should eat raw living food, because then you won't have to question it that much. Like, again, the fruits and vegetables, they're a key to life. They definitely are. And, like, definitely being suppressed for health. So your diet's number one when it comes to health. I mean, I was just going to talk about diet, but also exercise. And exercise can be any movement, really, as long as you're, like, moving. I mean, of course you can exercise in, like, a stationary spot, but I think one of the best exercises would be something natural. And definitely walking would be, like, number one exercise for anybody to do. Definitely exercise. Walking, swimming, hiking, climbing, crawling. I don't know when the last time I had to crawl is. That would be interesting. Exercise is definitely a part of it. I think, like, I mean, obviously I exercise. I like being outdoors. I just feel more natural and way better outdoors. Exercise, I was just gonna say, like, when you're inside, you can be in big places, and yeah, you can get exercise inside. I think it'd be more cool though to go outside and exercise in nature. As close as you can get. I'll say it in this video, but I'm probably gonna make a separate video too. I think it's stupid. You can do whatever you want, and it's my own opinion. I think it's stupid. I mean, if you want to a couple times, go ahead, but don't. I'm just telling you now, the run on concrete, the jog on concrete, because I've done it all my life. And let me tell you, from experience, it's not that good for you. You're not gonna have kneecaps later on. You can even runners in general, if you ever, from the ones that I've, like, you know, seen or just heard them talk about, older ones, veterans, I guess, and they talk about, gotta throw my shoes back on, and they talk about you know, them running around all the fucking time. Which, it's okay to run around, but when you run around on concrete, you don't understand. You have shoes on, and it may absorb some of the shock, but it's not absorbing as much of the shock as you think it is. Because I know some people are going to debate that, and sure, you can debate that. But the thing is, hold on. Actually need a lot. The thing is, take your shoes off and go run on that concrete. Then tell me how it feels. I'm not really one for shoes. I actually hate shoes. My feet, and that's just a whole story in itself. So many stories, so many nice ideas. I've always hated shoes. I mean, if you're in the winter, of course, and yes, you can definitely go barefoot in the winter. Sure. But for the most part, you're gonna wear shoes or something. Sorry about that. Just like, oh well, we're getting back to there. Running on the concrete, just bad for you. Freaking gonna mess up your joints. If you had to take some advice, I mean, if you want to run a couple times, you can do whatever you want. If you want to run a couple times, go ahead. It's not, you don't feel it like over a day. You feel it over after you do it for a long time. And I've ran a long time. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily even believe in running for a long time anymore. It's not, I mean, I don't know. It all depends, I guess. Like, it's cool to do sometimes, I guess, but excessive running all the time, I don't want to say or call anything really natural. I don't want to say it's not natural, but there's other things to do than running all the time. Like, some people just love to freaking run marathons and stuff and do all that. The thing is, most of them are running on concrete. You know, if you want to run, you should run somewhere where the ground's soft. And it would even better, like, because the thing is, when you have your shoe on, which it does protect you from some elements, usually a lot of freaking glass, and there's concrete and rocks everywhere, depending on where you're at. In societies, in urban places, that's what they do, put all this shit here. So that's just my view on, I know we got longer into the running part, but anyways, back to health. Health is your number one thing. If you're, you know, everyone's gonna have their own view on health, but Your food is the #1 thing. You should be eating food live and raw. No, like live and raw. I don't even know where to go after that, you know what I mean? With the food that is, you know. The best water for us to drink would freaking be some water that, you know, came straight from the spring. I was just thinking about that earlier, like, wow, I drink nothing wrong with bottled water. I mean, water is water at the end of the day. Don't lose your nuts over it. But it'd be cool if we lived next to a place where, well, I live next to a place, or anybody who doesn't could go and just get fresh water straight from the stream if you had to drink it. When you eat high water content foods, that's the thing. You don't need to consume water that much, as much, depending on the climate too. A lot of people say water's toxic. I mean, I understand what they're saying, but then again, I don't really think it's toxic. I get what they're saying, and that's great for them. Everybody's gonna do their own thing when it comes to raw. If you're eating raw, just know you're in the good position. Even if you like fats, seeds, and nuts, you don't have to listen to anybody's curriculum about do it this way, because everybody's rawness is going to be a little bit different. You know, there's health, as in diet, and then there's exercise, fresh air, good quality air, which is basically being outside. And then if you want to get more particular, in nature, you don't want to be around a lot of pollution, fragrances. You know, quality of air, same with the water, of course, and how much you like your environment, which that thing goes around me too. You know, you gotta like your environment. I mean, once you're healthy, you'll be healthy anywhere. But like, I've always noticed that I don't know. Sorry, I was thinking about something. You know, you gotta like your environment. What I'm getting at is, if it's I don't know, if you're in a freezing environment, I mean, you can enjoy it, and then that's gonna impact or make a dependency on your food too, definitely. I don't necessarily like the cold. I don't have a problem with the cold. It's just the fact that, like, I don't think it's, if I wake up or go outside and, like, you know, my body just doesn't agree with it, of course I can always adjust to it. But, and people say, you gotta get uncomfortable, experience. Listen, all that shit's bullshit. Everything everybody tells you is freaking bullshit. Everything. Health is an experience. I can't even convey what health is to you or anybody, however you want to use that in that perspective. Literally. But the thing about the cold is my body does not naturally like it. So I naturally shouldn't really be in it. Of course I can adapt and I can learn to like it and blah blah blah. the thing is just like, you know, I like warm weather when it's like a winter season, especially when you're up north. That's the true direction. When or certain part of the world, it's definitely colder, and you get less sun, and you're prone to wearing more clothes, which you don't have to, I guess. But you're getting less sun. So, I mean, who wants less sun? Sun is energy. The energy that we count on. Of course, we count on both, which that's interesting. So I guess you could have more dark. But to me, I'd rather have more sun. I like the sun a lot. Pray to the sun. Sun is God to me. God's in all of us. You're also wearing more clothes, and my body just naturally just doesn't like it. It doesn't really matter what you like. It's what your spirit feels. My spirit feels like, you know, somewhere warm in the tropics where you're getting a lot of sun. And that's like a whole thing in itself. When you expose yourself to the sun, when you don't wear that many clothes necessarily, because that's a whole aspect to itself, your body gets oxygenated and gets air. And it's hard for your body to get it when you have a bunch of clothes on. And then you don't have to wear that much clothes, and then your body gets the sun and gets the intake, nice sun. And then most of all, to me, you enjoy the weather, you know. And it's a feel too of the environment, which isn't the biggest deal. I mean, it is a big deal, but if you're healthy, then you're healthy, and nothing will really matter to you, and you can go about doing whatever you want, and you know what you want to do. So the whole aim of this video is to make sure your primary goal is to go after health. There's really no sense of going after anything else until you have your health under your seatbelt, under your belt. There's no reason to going after anything else unless you're about to die. That's like the only way I can think of it. Of course, we're all on our way, but you know, you should get to a point where you get to that, because it doesn't seem like no one's really direct about this message. And I think it has a lot to do with your food, if you're eating food. Because your food is like the #1 thing, and that's why you should eat it raw. Yeah, so you should really look into your health. It's what you really need, because then you can decide all the other factors. Because the way that I see it, once your stomach's fine, your body, outside of the body and inside of the body, I'm talking physical matters, once they are healthy, then most likely you're gonna have a nice mental frame. And everything's gonna be clear. It should be clear. Unless you don't want it to be. We're not getting into that. But because I'm trying to make this clear as possible. Once you're healthy, you're not gonna think about fear. You're not gonna have fear. You're not gonna have negative things. Unless you want them, you're not gonna have, like, I don't want to categorize them either negative and positive, because those aren't real either. Your health should be number one. There's no reason to focus on anything else. Depression and all these feelings, and they're all disease is the same disease. It's a disease. It's a sickness. It's all the same. And if you have a disease or sickness, unless you're about to die and you can't fix it or believe you can fix it, then do what you want and enjoy it, unless you don't want to. Some people really don't want to. I guess I believe that, because I believe there's people that, like I said, that are healthy and don't enjoy. They want to tear other people down. Then I question how healthy they are. We got a train coming. So anything, if you're diseased or sick or have any negative thing that you think's negative or not, lack of energy, it's most likely you're not tired. You could be, but